take a look quickly about how complex shapes can be made from primitive shapes. Primitive shapes are, let's put a list up, they're rectangles, triangles, and cylinders. So I want to try to figure out where I can find rectangles, triangles, and cylinders. So in this shape right here, I see a rectangle, and I could make this by creating this rectangular box. See where it goes there. So if I were to sketch on that, I'll make it blue. The top of my box would look here. And then I would continue it down to get the shape. So I could draw a rectangular shape and then give it some depth. Okay, so that would be one of the parts. See down here, it would kind of that. And then you could see also then that my next part might be a triangle that I could draw, and I could push the triangle this way. Okay, so I can draw my rectangle and push it down that way, and I can draw a triangle and push it that way. And that's making this part out of primitives. Now, a little bit more complex part, and these are called positive spaces, by the way, because I drew them out and added materials as I extended my shape. My flat shape got given depth. My flat shape got given depth. And so that's a positive space, but now this is called a negative space right here. But you can sort of see it's still just a rectangle that I've kind of like pulled up and through here and taken away where it contacted it. So if I have a positive space and I want to make a negative space, I can draw on it. So here again, I'll make a little drawing here. I can draw on it on the bottom of it in this case, and then I can extend it up and do what's called subtract. Okay, and that makes a negative shape right here. All right, so I made my original shape, and then I'm making another shape, and I'm just taking it away. Wherever it hits, I take it away. And you can do that in just about every drawing program. Okay, so that's using rectangles, triangles, and again, rectangles. See what we can do here. So this one takes a little more imagination, but it's really a rectangle. So if I draw a rectangle, my rectangle, I'll draw that rectangle and bring it up to here. And then if on that rectangle I draw a circle and extrude or push my cylinder, I'll get this top part that's round. And then I can make another cylinder and extrude it. And that becomes a subtracted part, a negative space. It's a hole now. Okay, so what will I do? I'm going to draw on the bottom. Let me make a kind of a bigger pen. And I'll draw on the bottom. I'm going to draw that shape, and then I'm going to make it go upward. Up however far it is to the middle of that circle. Yep. So that's a rectangle. And then I will, let me go with red here. Then I'll draw a cylinder. And I'll take this top part of the cylinder and I'll give it some dimension in that direction. And now I'll have my top part of the cylinder. And then the last thing I want to do, punch a hole in it. So I'll again make a circle and create my cylinder to make the hole. So I got 3 steps. I have make a box. Oops. I have make a box, make a cylinder, make another cylinder, and punch it through as a hole. And then to make it just a little bit more complex. So you can see I'm making a somewhat complex shape out of simple primitive shapes. Rectangles and cylinders in this case. And now for this one, I see that I have this negative space here. I have something to take away from what was there to begin with. So so long as I make it green, I can take that rectangle and give it shape along that direction, give it depth, and I'll tell it to take it away, make it a negative space, subtract it. Okay, and then I'll have the rest of the parts. So these 2 parts are the same part with one extra operation, is to subtract this. Okay, if you look, these are the same 2 part, 1, 2, with one extra operation. Right, so that's how you make a complex shape using primitives. There are other ways to do this that might be faster without using primitives, but that's what we're doing in this exercise. I know that you might be able to draw other shapes quickly and just do it in one spot, but I would like you to make it out of primitives because that is mass modeling.